What's good, y'all? This your country cousin Pete McCorvey, aka Petey Mac. Man, get on up here, pull you up one, light you up one, kick your shoes off, relax, baby. You around family, we on the porch. It's Pete McCorvey's Porch Talk. Let's do this. What's happening, y'all? This your country cousin Pete McCorvey, aka Petey Mac, and we back next day, back at it again. This the second part of the double up. I told you since it's Labor Day weekend and I got a 4-day weekend, I'm bringing y'all 2 episodes back to back, Friday and Saturday. Yes. Like I said, also was a lot of stuff that I had to put out, and I said I knew I wasn't going to be able to package it into one 30-minute slot, so I said I'm going to break it up into 2 pieces. Like I said, I'm not going to be on there talking to y'all and be on the porch shooting the shit with y'all for one whole straight hour. I just can't do that, not by myself. Like, it will go in the left field. Like, I know sometimes I do go in the left field, but like, fuck left field. We going to be like beyond left field. We're going to be probably past the parking lot. We're going to be across the highway, probably on the other side of town. So yeah, I know to do that. I'm been getting into podcasts a lot lately. I don't know if anybody else feels like this. Like, streaming is almost starting to get like cable. You got all this stuff that you can watch, but not a damn thing is on. So like the last couple of weeks, I've been like diving into a lot of podcasts, discovering a lot of podcasts. One, I just love dialogue. I love dialogue between 2 people. I love hearing stories from people. You know, I just love the art of human conversation, which is dying now due to like social media, and especially everybody always being in their phones and not engaged. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of it myself too. But yeah, I've just been digging into a world of a lot of podcasts. And I've discovered a bunch of one that I discovered is a podcast called One Song, starring Diallo Riddle and DJ named Luxury. It's like so what they do, the premise of the podcast is they focus on, of course, one song, like any song from that's been out that's like popular mainstream, not cover any genre. They did hip hop, R&B, they done a lot of stuff, and they will just break down everything about the song, like the mechanics that go in the song, the mixing of the song, the actual like lyrics of the song, what the song was trying to convey, all kind of stuff. And I've listened to 2 episodes. Now, the 2 episodes I listened to, of course, y'all know me. Y'all know, even though I'm a country boy from Mississippi, I have affinity for the West Coast, like rap, like G-Funk especially. Y'all know I love G-Funk because, like I told y'all, yeah, while they being violent and all that, they're also talking about why my world is violent. And before it turned that way, or even though I had it turned that way, I got in my beautiful car. I went to go kick it with my homeboys. I got to smoke some very potent marijuana. I got to sip on my favorite liquor. And then I got to cap it off by having some bomb ass sex with a very beautiful woman. And it's all played out over a beautiful, relaxing beat. And everybody know, like I said, that's why I love it. So there's 2 episodes that was on this show that resonated with me. One episode, they broke down Nothing But a G Thing by Dr. Dre featuring Snoop Dogg, which y'all keep Snoop Dogg, y'all keep Unc on your mind, because I'm going to come back to Unc later. While we on this topic of podcasts, I'm going to come back to Unc. And the way they broke it down and the way they just talked about all the intricacies of the song and of the G-Funk genre, it just was like, yo, this shit is dope. And what I also found out is the host, Diallo, he is actually a distant relative of Robert Ballou. For those y'all don't know who Robert Ballou Jr., who that guy is, that name is very important in the history of not only Black LA, but the history of gang culture. I'm not going to give you the whole details of it, but I want y'all to research Robert Ballou Jr. His name is spelled last name is Ballou, and look him up. And I would say once you look him up, you'll see why the Bloods and the Crips are the way they are today. So, and I remember I didn't know the guy's name until like a few years ago, but I remember when I was living in Tacoma, Washington, I met a guy from South Central. I mean, he was like from that area. Actually was good friends with King T. Showed me a picture. OG showed me a picture. And I'm like, is that King T? Like, yeah, young buck, how you know who that is? I'm like, oh, I love West Coast rap. And we talking, and you know, I'm sitting there kicking it with him. And I asked him, I said, hey man, can you tell me the truth? You from the land? He was like, yeah. I said, is it true that all that shit really got kicked up a notch over a leather coat? He said 100%. I'm like, damn. But yeah, go look that up and find that. Anyway, like, they had the episode of Nothing But a G thing on there, but I saw episodes, and these ain't new episodes. I was just digging, going back and seeing. They had an episode about the song Regulator. Well, not Regulate, Regulate by Warren G featuring the late great Nate Dogg. They had Warren G, they had the big homie on there, man. Like, he's still old school West Coast. Like, he had like a modern day t-shirt. It was like low key, but he still had on his khaki, still had on his chucks, just laid back, and everything was just telling everything he did, you know, the history behind him making it, how he saved Def Jam. It was just, so I got a new podcast that I'm listening to, and that's one song with Diallo and Luxury. Speaking of Snoop, I remember I mentioned Snoop. So on Dr. Sarah Fontenot's It's Giving podcast, Snoop caught some heat this past week, man. So they were on there talking, and Snoop, you know, was talking real deep and everything. But they had got to a part where Snoop was talking about he took his grandson to see Lightyear. And he said, if you've seen Lightyear by Disney Pixar, you know that when he was making his test, when Buzz Lightyear was making his test runs, every time he came and orbited back around and came back to Earth, it only seemed like a few hours or maybe a day for him, but years would pass by. And every time he kept coming by, years kept passing. Well, if you notice in one of the scenes when he came back, one of his crew members / friends ended up getting married and having a baby. Now, nothing like really what's wrong with getting married and having a baby. What people were up in arms about that when it came out like a few years ago. It was a same-sex marriage. His crew member was a female. So people lost their mind about that and all that. So Snoop, he got onto it, and he was saying that they had it all in the movie and everything like that. So he was confused because he was taking his grandson, and his grandson asked him, like, Papa Snoop, what's going on with that? And he's like, shit, I couldn't even explain the shit to him. And he's like, y'all got in the children movie, and people, you know, lost their minds. Hell, the podcast YouTube video, they edited out. You got to go like to another clip that somebody had saved and put it in, because they took it all the way off. And people were saying he's homophobic and all that. So here's the thing. What Snoop was trying to say, because somebody had brought up, said when he was in the episode of the L Word on Showtime, Y'all remember the L Word? Obviously, it's about lesbians. The show they used to come on Showtime back in the day. He said he was on there, and them two characters were kids. He had no problem with that. What Snoop is trying to say, there's a time and a place for it. Nobody's hating on gay people. What he's saying is, this is a children's movie. Like, he's saying you're confusing the children. And I agree with him on that. Not saying we need to hide it from them, but these kids' brains are still developing. They don't even know how the regular reproductive system works. Like, I saw a book, and it was legit a children's book. It says, my daddy is having a baby. It's about, I guess, a transgender man having a baby, and it was targeted toward children. And I'm like, do not let these babies read this book. These babies, one, they don't need to be knowing about that type of shit. Anyway, even if it's a heterosexual thing, they don't need to know about the reproduction system at 4, 5, 6 years old. Like, you're confusing these kids. These kids need to learn how regular shit works, and then they can go from there. Because, like, people are saying, and I agree, you're sexualizing these children. You're like putting sexual on top of it. Well, you can't tell first of all, no 5-year-old should be thinking about what he's sexually attracted to anyway. You're 5. You ain't supposed to be thinking about sex at that time. Like, and then on top of that, it's like what a lot of people say, and I've had gay friends who said this. They like everything don't need gay characters in it. So, like, a lot of y'all know I wrote a screenplay a couple years ago, still trying to figure out which direction I'm going to take it. I wanted to make one of the characters gay, and I actually talked to a friend of mine who is a lesbian, and I asked her what her thoughts. She said, dude, do not do that shit. She said, as a proud lesbian, she said, I get so sick of every time I turn on something, they got to, like, just throw a gay person in there. She's like, is the gay character detrimental to your story? I said, no, not really. Then why the fuck do you need it? She's like, don't put that shit in there just to appease people. And and that's coming from, and not before anybody said, well, that's just one. No, you don't have to, like, force it in everything. Like you don't, like people saying, well, you being black, let me tell you something. You ain't got to put somebody black in everything. I love the Golden Girls. Is there any one of those characters that's a black heterosexual man in his 30s from Mississippi? No, but I can sit there and watch Dorothy Zbornak, Sophia Petrillo, Rose Nyland, and Blanche Devereaux talk they shit and get into their wild adventures as senior citizens in 1980s, early 90s Miami all day long. Still one of my favorite shows. I might actually go watch that after I get through finish recording this with y'all. So I feel where Snoop was coming from. He caught a lot of fire. But I'm going to tell y'all like this. We ain't canceling Snoop. We are not going to cancel Snoop because Snoop gave us some great music. Snoop is friends with Martha Stewart. Snoop then coached a lot of kids in football and kept them off the streets of LA and got a few of them, got a lot of them to college and even a good number of them to the NFL. We're not canceling. Snoop here to stay, man. Yeah, we're not doing that. So y'all can get mad at him all you want to. That's that man truth. And like he said in one of his clips, I said what I said, So, I stand behind you. Now, the last podcast I'm going to talk about, this one's near and dear to my heart. I really got on this podcast because I ended up finding out about it because the late great Malcolm Jamal Warner did an episode on that podcast like a couple of months before he passed, about maybe 2 months before he passed. And it was a very good episode. And I didn't even know this person had her own podcast. I thought that she was still on Joe Budden's joint, or if she is still on Joe Budden's joint, because I can't be watching Joe Budden stuff. Like, boy, I need to have my nerves in a good place to watch Joe Budden just be going off and getting pissed about everything. And Joe Budden is that uncle who you got two type of uncles. You got an uncle who just cool about everything, and then you got an uncle who just pissed off at the word. The wind blow, this motherfucker spazzing. That's your buddy. And I don't be having time for that. Like, I tried to hang on for everybody else, and this person I'm about to say, she made it easy for me to do it. She's very lovely and nice to look at, but I could. So, Melissa Ford's Hot and Bother podcast is what I'm talking about, which she had the episode of Malcolm Jamal Warner, which made me discover her podcast. And this past week, she had my baby on there, y'all. She had my baby on there. If y'all don't know who my baby is, I'm talking about Miss Maya. Maya, the singer of All About Me, Moving On, Case of the Exes, Falling, Maya. Boy, I ain't never clicked on a link so fast. Do you hear me? And usually I just sit there, I can do the audio, because Spotify now, if they filmed it, you can watch it on Spotify. Boy, I sat there and watched it. Boy, that woman, that thing, Maya was looking good. Boy, she had that beautiful hair pulled back in a little bun. Y'all know I'm a sucker for a woman with a bun. Especially if the bun is on top of her head. Yeah, but this one's on the back of her head. Had a little red lipstick that she was smiling how she be smiling. It had black on too. And y'all know black my favorite color. Ooh, and then she had a little. One of the girls was like showing, she had a side boob that was just showing just right, and looked like a little elegance. The top of her outfit like a little elegance 1940s like gown that like a sexy villain would have in one of those movies, and she had like the pants with the nice little clister little. Oh my, Lord, I need some water. Ooh, Jesus, but I tell you, I look at that woman and I know that God is real. And Melissa Ford was looking good. She had on like a white outfit, had a nice little bob haircut, and then she had a little glasses on, because I'm a sucker for a woman with glasses. It was like I said on last episode, how watching Cam Newton's podcast with Joy Taylor it was two beautiful people. Two good looking people just talking to each other. This one was two breathtakingly gorgeous women talking to each other. But I was feeling what they were saying, because Maya was talking about her musical journey and why she went independent, and she was talking about how Prince had told her, you need to get out of this studio system and then to your own thing and all of that. And I was just like, oh snap. And I didn't even know until I watched it that Snow Allegra was one of Prince's proteges. She told me that. And then she also broke down and explained Ribbon in the Sky by Stevie Wonder. She said when he says ribbon in the sky, not an actual ribbon, he's saying like the sky is the limit for our love, and that the ribbon is like the accentuated gift, because you put a ribbon on a gift. He said that's the gift for our love. I was like, oh damn, she got deep. But she also explained why she not really planning on getting married and don't want kids and all that type of stuff. So for everybody wondering why I'm not married with kids, that's because Bae said that's not her speed. So y'all need to respect our wishes and stay out of our business. That's why I'm not married with no kid, because my Bae said that ain't what she want. And I'm going to respect her, which I'm going to stand. She's a good woman. I'm staying beside her too. Now we're going to move in the world of sports. Boy, the world of sports. Woo, two big things have happened that have shocked the world. First of all, Doris Burke has been demoted from covering the NBA Finals. Boy, this one, this is kind of like how when NBA on NBC went away over 20-something years ago. I don't know how I'm going to feel looking up and not seeing Doris Burke on the sideline. Some people say she was just born, she was monotone. Some people say they felt she was caught. It don't matter. She was a staple, and it's just going to be what they replaced her with Tim Legler. I don't even know who the hell that is. I had to look Buddy up, like, who the hell is a Tim Legler? You know how black folk be doing, like old, especially old black folk, they'll put that's Ricky Washington. They'll be like, who is a Ricky Washington? Why you put A on there like it's something you picking up out of the store? But yeah. Now the next thing that happened. Hey man, if y'all got friends who are Dallas Cowboy fans, call and check on your people. They are not okay. Now this is an example of when somebody say you fucked the city up with this one. They really did fuck the city up with it. Jerry Jones really did. Michael Parsons is no longer a Dallas Cowboy. He is now a Green Bay Packer. Boy, because I kept seeing my friends from Dallas, or Cowboys fan, they was like, man, F Jerry Jones, man, like, boy, Jerry done messed the city up like you done messed it. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? And then I had to go look and see, and he let that man go. Boy, they just, woo. Cowboy fans, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Don't scream that this our year. Cause that's been y'all battle cry since '96. Cause it's not y'all. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Y'all might as well just. It's a while. Go to Bass Pro Fishing. Y'all might as well don't even report the training camp. Just send the whole 53-man roster to Bass Pro and have them pick out whatever type of boats they want, whatever type of rods they want, fishing hats they want. Cause y'all going fishing. Y'all are going fishing. It ain't if, it's when. I don't. Woo, that's just, I can't believe it. But keep your head up, Dallas. You know, beautiful thing is college football is back. We are back with college football. Actually, last week was when college football got kicked off. The first game that they had was Kansas State versus Iowa, which was in Dublin, Ireland, in which Iowa State, which is the game Iowa State ended up taking 24-21. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That was a very underwhelming game. And I know both of them were ranked. They were both ranked teams, but that game was very underwhelming. They both played sloppy as hell. It was hard to look at. It was a very hard game to look at. Now the next game they had, it was, because I didn't even know they had it. I just thought it was just that. But they also had Stanford versus Hawaii, in which Hawaii ended up winning 23-20. And they ended up winning 23-20 on the leg of their kicker. Excuse me if I butcher name, because the kicker's Japanese. Kansai Matsuwaza. And he put it through there. But you want to know what makes this even more amazing? Matsuwaza had never played football a day in his life before. He decided that he wanted to play football because he was working at a Morton Steakhouse in Japan, and ended up visiting the West Coast, visited some friends and family on the West Coast, and he took in an NFL game. And he really fell in love with NFL, and he taught himself how to kick. You know how that man taught himself how to kick, y'all? That man went on YouTube and watched the video and taught himself how to kick, and ended up winning his first college football game that he ever played in. So that's why I be saying, when people be talking about they don't know anything, that's because they don't want to know anything. Because you got some at the tip of your fingertips that can tell you anything you want to know or show you anything that you want to do. I guarantee you, when like people like, I don't know how to do this, I don't know. Now, here's the difference between not knowing and not really being able to apply it. But some stuff that people be like, it's stuff you can apply, stuff you can know, you can just look up. Because this is why I had a couple friends of mine always tell me, well, dude, you know, it's probably hard for you to find the right woman. They say, because you're a very intelligent man, and a woman probably either feels intimidated, or you just probably get bored or get frustrated because she dumb. Because not dumb, she not as intelligent as you. First of all, I don't want no woman to be no damn Rhodes Scholar. Just have common sense. That's number one. And number two, she can know if she wanted to, because she be on that fucking phone all the time. So she can put it down, stop looking at bullshit on on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, and she can hit Google. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. A lot of stuff I learn, I Google it. And the thing is, I'm not the only one who knows, because 9 times out of 10, I don't know if y'all do this, when you're typing something into Google, you ever type stuff into Google and something you think this is a crazy ass question to ask, and halfway through it, Google already got it figured out? Because that means somebody else, somewhere in the world, more than just a small amount of people have asked the same question. I'm not the only one on the wavelength I'm on. It's got to be a couple of people on the wavelength I'm on. So yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. This young man showed us you can do anything you want. All you got to do is just be inquisitive enough and have the determination to follow through with it. Last night's Thursday night game, college football game on ESPN, saw the unranked USF Bulls against the Boise State, the number 25 Boise State Broncos, and the USF Bulls knocked them off 34-7. I watched that game. USF was, boy, they came for blood. You would have thought that they got wrong last year or something. You would have thought it was like a Florida State, Miami wide right or wide left situation. They came like they were coming back for redemption, man. UFC was coming off both sides of the ball like life depended on it, man. So that was a good game. That's what should have been played as the first game of the season instead of that crap we got between Iowa State and Kansas State. And now, here we are today. We back to business full time. Saturdays, NCAA Division I football is here, man. We got the full shot. Clemson doing some stuff. You know, it's just Ohio State. Everybody is back. All the gang is back. The gang's all here, man. They all here. Bama is playing. But Bama is playing my Florida State Seminoles. So I can go on ahead and probably most confidently say that's going to be 0-1 for the Seminoles this following Saturday. And then I'm going to have to hear, definitely going to have to hear a lot of Bama fans' mouths, because especially since they playing my Seminoles. Whoo, boy, I'm not going to hear the end of this later on tonight. Oh, my God. I'm going to hear an earful of this shit. Just, whew. Jesus, give me the patience and the strength, because, oh, my God. They going to have a field day, because I don't see Florida State beating Bama. Even if we'd had them 2 years where we upset it, LSU back-to-back them 2 years, and we was walking the dogs with everybody, I still didn't see us beating them there. Because, like, as much as I hate Bama, it's still fucking Bama. I'm not delusional. Everybody like, oh, I'm not one of the delusional fans. Oh, we did this, we did it, bro. I am not delusional. Just like when the Broncos went 10-8 last year and people talking shit, bro, we went 10-8 after having 2 dismal seasons with a rookie quarterback. I can live with 10-8. You know, high school football is gearing up. Last week, St. Thomas Aquinas of Florida played Mater Dei of, they say LA, but Mater Dei is actually Anaheim. And Mater Dei ended up winning 26-23. And that puts their record since 2015 at 20-0 for out-of-state opponents. Mater Dei they just one of them ones. Like, if anyone y'all see when the game stands tall, what De La Salle was to Northern California, that's what Mater Dei was. Mater Dei is to Southern California. Hell, to be honest with you, that's what they had. Matter of fact, I think they played each other for the state title way back in the early 2000s. I got to find that game on YouTube and sit down and watch it, man, because I know that was a very good one. But yeah, man, I said I wanted to see Modern Day play Long Beach Poly. Speaking of, that's the high school that Snoop went to and they were known football. I think they didn't fell off because a guy, when I put that up on this thing, he said Long Beach Poly and Modern Day haven't played each other in over 10 years. And it's crazy because the coach of Modern Day now was the coach of Long Beach Poly like 10, 15 years ago, Raul Lara. So, you know, that man is wild. So I know he getting money. I think Modern Day is like a Catholic school. So I know he probably getting like damn near 6 figures. Because I seen a documentary a few years ago on Tubi, 4th and Long. As a matter of fact, they were the first iteration of 4th and Long. He was the coach at Long Beach Poly. He was working as like a probation officer. I don't think Buddy got to do that no more working at Modern Day. So big ups to Coach Lara on your win against St. Thomas Aquinas. Keep getting it done. Now we kind of still on football, but we finna transition to something. We transition into marriage, divorce, and all kind of shit between. Cause boy, it's just been a whirlwind. So Travis Hunter, our young black shining prince, who did his thing at Jackson State and Colorado for Coach Prime, you know, who kind of brought back being a two-way player. Y'all know him and his wife that everybody, you know, claimed she didn't know him, she didn't like him, and he used to pull up to parties and wait outside for him. Apparently that couple that he ended up marrying, apparently that couple just had a baby boy. Everybody thought it was fake, but ESPN confirmed it. We saw a video. She indeed gave birth to a baby boy. Why I say congratulations to the couple. It's just, yeah, he just, brother, I need you to go, young brother, I need you to go to a lawyer ASAP. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna need you to go to a lawyer ASAP, because if securing the bag was a person, that'd be his wife. And they hit it. There's a lot of people, but you know how some women be doing, or some people be doing. They be like, I knew I could tell at they wedding by looking at she was pregnant, this, that, and the third, and whoop de whoop, wherever she is. City girls, y'all up by 1 million. I'll say that. I'm not one of them people, because people are like, oh, congratulate, let them live. Nah, we ain't gonna overlook shit just because somebody had no baby. I don't do that. A broken clock is right twice a day shit. We not gonna look over all the other shit you did for 22 hours just because for 2 hours you have to be correct. No, you still had 22 hours your ass was off. So we're not doing that. Old Tyreek Hill. At it again. So Tyreek Hill's marriage has ended. His 17-month marriage has ended, in which he ended up having a child. So this is what his wife got in the settlement. She gets $500K up front and $20,000 to $50,000 a month for expenses. So city girl, y'all up by $2 million. But you know what was crazy about that? She tried to petition the judge, like, look, she wanted that man car and she wanted his debit card. The judge like, all right, now. Judge like, all right, now. I gave y'all that now. Now you doing too much. All right, now, go on. You better do like New Edition. You better cool it now. You're doing too much, baby. But you know what, no? I take that back, because even though y'all thought y'all was up, City Girls, hold on. Matter of fact, no, I think the score is even. City Girls, y'all back down to 1 mil, because Travis Kelce is now engaged to Taylor Swift. He's now engaged to Taylor Swift. And They claim social media is pissed about him choosing Taylor Swift over his ex. Y'all know the ex you saw when he was in his zaddy stage, Kayla Nicole. They say he wrong for doing that and this, that, and the third. I'm gonna be honest with you, and they talking about some, I guess we never was good for y'all. Y'all gonna run back to y'all white. Black women, let me tell you this. Do y'all know how Negro bed wenches y'all look? Being pissed because a white man chose a white woman to be with over you. You look very Negro bed wenches. And this is what killing me about this. Y'all getting mad at him for choosing a white woman. He a white man. Or you getting mad that, matter of fact, hold up, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So let me tell you, show how hypocritical this shit is. So Mario just showed, Mario, the single Mario, like just a friend braid my hair Mario, just showed a maternity shoot that he just had with his baby mama who's not black. Look like she's Hispanic or something. Oh, black women in there lost their fucking mind. Oh, I guess black queens wasn't all that good. I'm like, wait a minute. When Eve, you saw Eve with her white billionaire husband that owned whatever the hell he owned over in Europe, y'all fine. She looked happy. She looked loved, even though I think Eve looked like she in a sunken place in a lot of them damn pictures. Meghan Markle did it. Y'all thought it was fine with her. Was it Prince Harry? I can't. You know the boy she married because Henry and Harry decided. Like my girl said, you know what I'm talking about. Serena Williams, man, that pasty, just funny built white dude. Y'all fine. These two men do this, and y'all got a problem. What is like? Y'all want black women? I love y'all to death. But let me put it to you this way. Every man on this earth don't got to think you the most desirable person ever. Because y'all ain't had, like I said, y'all ain't had no outrage when them women did it. It's like, oh, we can do it, but don't you dare do it. Get the, man, fuck you. I'm going to love who love me. And I'm going to tell you what made me do that. I'm in Europe. And I see this woman clearly of African. She's African. Thought she was attractive. I go over, get close to her. We make eye contact. I try to speak to her. She just shoot me down. I don't talk to black men. Deep African accent. Bro, I look like Charlie Brown at the camera. How he do when somebody say something stupid like what the... I ain't even get mad. I ain't cuss. I just walked away and I just said, you know what? Ma'am, I apologize. You have a good day. And that let me know, you know what? Black women, love y'all to death. I always put y'all first. But, hey, I'm not finna leave no stone unturned when it comes to a woman today. I'm gonna date a black woman. If I happen to fall in love with a black woman, great. I happen to fall in love with a white woman, cool. I happen to fall in love with a Hispanic woman, cool. I happen to fall in love with an Asian woman, cool. I'm not finna negate myself to just dealing with one group of women, and meanwhile they go out and just deal with every other man. Oh, it's okay, but if I don't deal with this one group of women, I'm a bad guy. Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna mess with who gonna mess with me. And if she happen to be white, cool. She happen to be black, wonderful. She happen to be Latin, I done hit the jackpot. She happen to be Asian, that's good too. Hopefully she a Bay Area Asian. If she a Bay Area Asian, you know, I'm gonna do some cartwheels, you know. This thing I've always told people. I like women. Like I told my mom, we was having this conversation years ago. I think I was in like my 20s. I was like, what is y'all issue when y'all see a black man leave you for a white woman? Well, that just show we ain't good enough and all. I said, lady, he didn't leave you for a white woman. He left you for another woman, period. 'Cause let me tell you something. If my woman leave me, I got a sister and she leave me for a white dude, I'm not gonna be mad she left me for a white dude. I'm gonna be mad she left me for another man, period. The man just happened to be white, which is how I feel. If I'm married to a white woman, I married a woman who she just happened to be white. I married to an Asian woman, she a woman that happened to be Asian. I married a Latin woman, she a woman that happened to be Latin. I married a black woman, I married a queen that just happens to look just like me. Y'all get caught up on the dumbest shit. But I want to tell all my black ladies, stop doing that and getting mad about Travis Kelce not wanting you. And then on top of that, I'm going to be honest. He went from this one woman, Kayla Nicole, that got 1.6 million, which really ain't a lot nowadays. And I don't even know what the hell the woman famous for other than dating Travis Kelce with 2 kids, versus going to Taylor Swift, no kids, who got 1 billion. It's no contest. What are y'all talking about? Like, come on, man. Y'all gotta get out that fucking world of delusion, man. I don't blame the man. I would do this. I would have done the same damn thing. But who did bounce back, and I think he put the city boys up for this one. He definitely put the city boys up for this one. That boy French Montana. French Montana then got engaged to the Princess of Dubai. You know what? City boys, we up by 4 million, boy. Off of French Montana alone. Oh my God. French Montana, boy, he did his big one. He probably did the biggest one for 2025. That damn French. I'm sitting there looking at French Montana. He older than me, but I'm sitting there looking at French Montana like an uncle. Like, go ahead, nephew. Boy, woo, nephew, this boy, you done did your big one, boy. Hell yeah, French Montana is finna be. He pretty much is like the male version of Lisa from Coming to America, becoming the Queen of Zamunda. He pulled a Coming to America in reverse, y'all. Oh my God, I'm so happy for this. Oh man, hey, and you be seeing him in them pictures that he be with her. He be trying to be cool and everything like that, but hey, I know Buddy on cloud 9, man, and I am so happy for French Montana, boy. Hell yeah, woo! I think I might go listen to Unforgettable right now after, just because I know you. Hey, bro, you better pay that at your damn reception. You better play Unforgettable at your reception. But yeah, hey man, look, on that note, I'm gonna end it, man. I'm gonna end it, you know, this is the second part of the double up for Labor Day weekend. Y'all want to get in touch with Unc, man, y'all can find Unc or your country cousin, however you look at me. You can find me on Facebook. Y'all know my name. Y'all see my name in the title. You can find me on Instagram, PDMac10, PETYMAC10. Or follow me on TikTok, PDMac89, same as Instagram. Just drop the 1 and the 0, put an 8 and 9 in its place. Like my posts, comment on them, follow me, share my stuff. Just help me, help get some exposure, help me blow up. Like Biggie say, like, let me blow up like the world trade. You dig? Until next week, y'all be cool, stay calm, get paid. Peace.